So I'm very aware that people do not value or are not as enthusiastic about health as I am. And as I'm reading this comment under a video on Instagram about hot Cheetos, and this guy was comparing fat contents, and underneath people are like, and so what? And we don't care. You know, those people automatically to me have never had their health threatened on any means. They've never had a family member who has suffered from a disease like Alzheimer's and dementia, or they have and they don't understand that it is foods like hot Cheetos that do cause this lack of ability to handle our energy is so rampant in our society. Our bodies are not reacting well to these foods that we have such easy access to. And there's a lot of sickness, and diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia are some of the saddest diseases, some of the longest diseases that actually happen. Around 12 to 15 years, most people struggle with a disease like Alzheimer's and dementia. It's incredibly sad. It's diabetes type 3, so if you have diabetes, even type 2 or pre-diabetic, your risk of having Alzheimer's and dementia is already elevated, which a lot of people have a disease like this. And it's foods like the hot Cheetos, it's these processed foods with these seed oils that are in everything, down to our cosmetics, down to shampoos and conditioners, down to everything, your chapsticks, your sunscreens, your seasonings. I just made a video the other day, your seasonings. They all have these cheap fats, these cheap oils, and they destroy the cell's integrity to be a cell. And if you destroy every single cell's integrity in your body, you cease to exist. And so we always look in the mirror and we always see just this one person. When I look in the mirror, I see Rachel. I'm like, oh, good to see you again, But there are trillions of cells coming together and serving a purpose and a function all of the time. Even when you go to sleep, your body is still in there and it's still taking care, and your immune system needs the energy to constantly be clearing and purging all of the toxins from the environment that we're constantly getting, or even balancing out negative mental nutrition, negative thoughts. And so our body's always doing a lot of work and it needs this energy. And what we have is we have a lack of energy in our physical bodies. And our mental health rates are so high. They're so high, and it's incredible how high they are and how manageable it could be if we developed more awareness for these foods that we're eating. If people just decided to care just a little bit, care about somebody else. You don't care about yourself. Or if you don't care about somebody else, care about yourself. If you've ever wanted to feel better, if you've ever wanted to look better, you've looked in the mirror and you said, I wish I was more toned, wish I was more fit. I go to the gym, I do everything, and I just, can't get there. And it's about developing this awareness about what our foods are able to do for us. And most of these diseases, they all have primary causes, but the secondary causes are energy deficiencies or nutrient deficiencies. So if you are someone who is struggling with any type of disease at all, you're likely struggling from a nutrient deficiency by secondary cause. So it's important to get as many nutrients as we can in our body, whether that be bone broth, animal proteins, pasture-raised animal proteins, eggs, pasture-raised eggs. Like I've said before, I'm not a huge fan of fish, but if you like fish, whatever, go ahead. They got a lot of omega-3s and some salmon. Just making sure that it comes from I'm going to say pasture-raised, but a wild-caught place, and it's hard to know anymore. But I wouldn't opt for farm-raised because a lot of those fish have diseases. They're kept in close quarters, and they're kind of like abused, like the commercial agriculture that we see. So we want to go regenerative farming, wild caught if you can, things that are open and in the sunlight. And yeah, help your body cleanse by going in the sunlight and by going to sleep and getting sleep at night and avoiding the blue light at night. That's probably the biggest thing in a lot of people's lives that are such a passive thing. It's so much easier to block blue light than it is to go to the gym. It's so much easier. And oh my God, when you start to put those things together, oh, it's just, it could get so good. It could get so juicy. And so we want to see it get juicy. We want to see things get better. And, you don't have to care about health. But if you care about the sickness of our country, the sickness of our children, maybe just think about it. I don't know. So yeah, that's it. Good luck.